Mhm. I just got to the study room. Um, it's 3:15. Yeah, got here about 5 minutes ago. Oh. Um, it was somewhat interesting. I'm kind of late today because after I woke up at 5 a.m. to catch the 6 a.m. bus to go to Port Townsend so that I could be evaluated by one of those experts on mental health. Um, I had to go to the food bank to be able to get some food because I had not been able to eat since yesterday afternoon. Now, I know that you're probably not concerned about my rights to eat, but I'm thinking that when I have to go to Port Townsend to be evaluated as being mentally competent to stand trial, to understand the nature of the crimes against me. Yeah, I had a real big issue with it. Now I was nice, answer the questions, whatever, but I had to explain my whole life story again to somebody that's employed to evaluate my mental health from when I lived in Airway Heights and why we moved to Vancouver and what happened during the credit crisis and why we moved to Guam and why we had to short sell our home and what that did to my credit rating. And it's one of these experiences where I noticed uh, that I shouldn't have to explain all of that, but nobody seems to realize that I shouldn't have to explain it. Now, I know you're in the sheriff's or police departments. When's the last time you sat down and explained why it is that you don't enforce the laws of the United States? It was somewhat interesting that we were trying to establish if I understand the factual evidence, and the evaluator had asked me, well, you have this evidence from June 16th of 2017 at pbudnick21 at gmail.com, my YouTube account. And nobody asked me, the public defender didn't ask me if I had any evidence proving I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. It was as if, well, he's got a mental health problem. You know, I was in the discussion with the attorney was there listening and the evaluator, and it it didn't seem to register with those in authority. Now, I don't think that Exhibit B is what I requested from the public defender. It was the exhibit that he admitted with his motion to dismiss the charges against me. Yeah. And I said, well, what's really odd is I did not receive any notice or opportunity from June 1st to June 12th. Yes. And you can't have another temporary protection order hearing without attempting service. And then from June 12th to July 31st, there was 50 days. And the law requires that it's 14 days between protection order hearings. And then you issue the protection order, and you served me in the Sequim Public Library, but it wasn't the sheriff that served me. Was it somebody that my wife had been intimate with? And then I said, well, Jack, Exhibit B, on 8/18/2015, the police or sheriff's department attempted to serve somebody other than the respondent. And then on 8/27 of 2015, return of service, someone else had been served other than myself because I was served on August 15th. Now, I informed the public defender's office that you don't understand how criminal this is, that I'm having to go through all my personal life experience, not justifying my mental capabilities of understanding the nature of the cause against me. But I'm the one that told the evaluator, this I can go to prison for this. It can be a felony. But when the public defender didn't actually read Exhibit B and just never registered upstairs and 817, there can only be one return of service. Now, I mentioned to Jack that it's a Class B felony kidnapping when you intentionally obstruct the due process rights of a parent with the intention of having sole custody of my 5 sons. It seemed that the evaluator just couldn't understand why it was that I have schizophrenia, bipolar, I'm delusional, I'm paranoid, I'm psychotic, I have all these various mental problems. But I said, well, you know what? I was not served here. Ooch. I was not served here. Ooch. I was not served here. And then you didn't wait for the actual verdict of the jury. I was found not guilty. Ooh. I was found not guilty. Ooh. I was found not guilty. Ooh. For some stupid fucking reason, no one seems to understand how criminal it is to use court orders to abduct and kidnap children. Now, maybe the sheriffs and the police departments will fucking understand that I've had to explain my personal life to a professional, but there was the violating of my right to privacy. Yes. The having to make a contract, a verbal agreement that I would go through another mental health evaluation so as to find out that I do have the evidence that I was not in Brennan, Washington, and I do have the evidence of where I was at on June 16th of 2017, and I do have the evidence that I've emailed 1,700,000 emails and no one. Oh.